Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another session of Growth Amplified. Get actionable insights from marketing experts. Today, also, we have one of the experts, and at DSP, it's always been our entire endeavor to ensure that we enable the distributor community to not only grow and thrive, but to also give them tools and guidance in terms of how to go about it the right way. Many of you have already experienced Growth Amplified workshops. Some of you have done it in person. Some of you have done through the web. Some of you have also been part of workshops which we have done within our office or community. So, what exactly is Growth Amplified? To give you more dope, Growth Circle is a distributor initiative by DSP. Growth Circle is a community dedicated to mutual fund distributors to learn, implement modern marketing practices with an objective to grow their business. As we all know, none of us could predict the markets. But one thing that you can always control is not the market, but the marketing that which you can do, and where DSP as a mutual fund is always there to help you out. As Distributor Success Initiative, we have created an ecosystem to help our partners grow their business through various initiatives, also getting experts from their domain knowledge and domain fields to enhance your ability to enhance your business. Why we are doing it? We want our add value to our partners. We want our partners to grow the right way with right guidance and be as successful as possible. We are committed for it, and which is why DSP Mutual Fund is the first in the industry to have a dedicated department which will invest time, energy, money, everything in assisting and adding value to our valuable partners for marketing and technical know-how, because a lot of things are jargons, some are not our domain fields. So when we get domain experts, can we help you bridge the gap between domain experts and you so you can increase your business? What have we done so far? Well, 50 plus workshops, 4,500 plus partners is where we have involved with how to grow your business through referrals, power of segmenting, using your existing customers for growth, and 50 plus one-on-one marketing consulting sessions have already been conducted since we have started Growth Amplified. So why MFD needs to learn this? Firstly, as I said, marketing over markets, control the controllables, which is marketing. Probably we can't control the markets. Business environment is changing, opportunities are growing, and to create a constant sustainable edge in this tech-enabled world, what can DSP as a fund house bring more value and add more value to our partners? So this is a dedicated department for that. And most important thing, what are we going to learn today? So the importance of websites, how they will help you grow your business, key elements of a powerful website, how to create it using available means and methods, a checklist for designing your website, what content to include, what to avoid, the basics of SEO, strong web-based strategies, and get your FAQs answered as well. I know a lot of MFDs who want to have a website because right now there is, apart from EQ and IQ that we talk about, which is intelligent quotient and emotional quotient, there is something called the GQ, which is the Google quotient. Every time you are referred by one of your existing client or some new investor who wants to seek your advice or help, will firstly Google you. And your Google will always take you through the website. And if your website is probably quite user friendly, something inviting, and a lot more other things that get involved in, for that person to then say that, let me go and meet this person, let me seek his advice, let me become his customer. So, all these things and much more will be talked about in today's session. So, what are we going to look at? Understanding the elements of building a good website. Before I introduce our esteemed speaker, I request all of you, we have a WhatsApp group for MFDs across India. There is a QR code available on your screen. You can scan the QR code. Many of you have already joined it. Some of you are still to probably can use this QR code and sign up and be part of that group so that we can keep you informed, well informed on a lot of initiatives that are happening, and there can be a constant one-on-one engagement with us. So as we move ahead, today we have got Mr. Vaibhav Jain. Vaibhav heads media of First Economy. But what I liked about Weber when I went on his LinkedIn profile, when I know he was a speaker this week, is something which is the most important element of advertising, which often gets understated. There is a line mentioned on his LinkedIn profile, ROI focused advertising. Now, normally, as I was growing, and I was very intrigued with a lot of ads, and many of you, some of you will probably know your best ad jingles, some of the best ad campaigns, marketing campaigns. The only thing we don't know is the ROI. It's There is a big differentiator between a very good ad or advertising and what is the ROI that generates or what is the return. All of you are financial experts in the field. You're talking to your clients, you talk about returns. We every day we look at Excel sheets, numbers, etc. But when it comes to marketing, advertising, and a lot of such things, where is the ROI being talked about? In fact, I often say in our industry, wherever we often talk about ROE, return on equity. I also believe the ROE is also return on efforts. And efforts is like every small thing. And advertising is not a small thing. Marketing is not a small thing. You put so much of efforts and money over there and with limited resources. So looking at ROI on there, that was really impressive thing which attracted my eyes when I looked at his LinkedIn profile. And that made me even more curious and interested to look forward to today's session. And considering that we are coming to the year end, everyone will thinking of New Year wishes. How about thinking of making something new with your website, especially those who are planning for it? And what better than to have Vaibhav Jain himself? So, without wasting further time, looking forward to a very enriching and engaging session for the next 1 hour, which probably will enable a lot of MFD communities across the country to probably take your expertise, some of your guidance points to enhance their experience of creating a better experience for their clients through their websites. So all to you, Evo. Take it up.
Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you so much for a very, very interesting and a warm welcome. I'm happy to be here in a very, very large group of 400 people who are actually here, 400 plus people actually here to get some good Google quotient. And I think that's essentially very, very important. Uh, and I've been like, we come to you guys literally every day because we want ROI, right? Because we want our money to be safe. And probably today is that time that I'm going to help you out to keep your digital identity card safe. And so I'll quickly jump into a couple of slides that we put together. Happy to take in questions wherever possible, or we'll park some time to Q&A at the end. So feel free to just pop up any questions that you feel like, and we'll be able to address, or we should be happy to address what we can in our stipulated timelines. So, as a part of Growth Amplified and with the session 7 that we are at today, let's talk about the essentials of building a good website. I've often heard from a lot of people internally at your team as well, Nikhil, at DSP. Maybe it's a lot of individuals. I also work with the distributor side. So I've heard that yeah, ये बहुत महंगा है, हमसे नहीं होगा. There's a lot of barrier. We at our business as first economy meet a lot of people. They will be like, yeah, website बनाई थी, पता नहीं, doesn't work. I don't know how do I update my content, or I don't know मेरा ये डोमेन चल नहीं रहा है, why is it going off, etc. And that's where I think this awareness program or this basic is essential in the sense that we need to understand the fact that okay, this is not so difficult. What I'm trying to establish, I would love to establish over the next 1 hour, is that this is not something that is very difficult. It is not something that is very, very money consuming or time consuming in that manner, but something that is absolutely essential for the business. You meet a client, you meet a new business, you meet a new fund house, etc. The first thing that you do is exchange cards, and that's when you are actually having a face to face interaction. But in the digital era, in this digital journey where most of us are spending about average 3 to 4 hours a day on our mobile screen, apart from work, I think there's a lot of there's a massive universe out here where we need to be present. We need to be present well and have a digital card or an identity. So essentially a website is that medium. While Nikhil was introducing me, and the Growth Amplified series was closely about a 15-minute conversation or about a 10-minute conversation. A fun fact that I want to ask people, if you can just ping on the chat quickly, what do you think? How many websites would have gone live in the last 10 minutes on the internet? Give me a broad guess, or how do you think anyone who's putting up on the chat that how many websites would have gone live in the last 10 minutes on the internet?
The chat box is flooded with the numbers.
Millions, tens, 500. I think some people are close. 10 lakhs, I think a little too much. 10 crores, no. I have some numbers around 500, 550, 1,000. Essentially, that's what it's looked like. One website goes out live, three websites go out live roughly every second. So over the last 10 minutes, we've got a scale of about 1,000 plus websites conservatively that would have gone live on the internet across the different niches that, people would have been creating their websites for. Websites are there for multiple cases. Some are for personal use, some are for, different use. Whatever use case that be, one every second we got three websites going out. That makes it essentially important that website becomes at first touch point as you get on the internet. So it's your 24/7 digital front. Users are researching at night. Social media is the most active in the evening. Google searches are very, very highly active in the night. And that's the time where people actually sit out. They're doing it over the weekends. That's the time when people actually sit out and start researching over anything and everything. Buying a house to investing the money or getting themselves the right investing partner or the right mutual fund distributor. That's where you are not in office, but your website is doing that business for you. So it's a 24/7 digital storefront that you will have. It's your identity card, like I said. If you come on my web, if you've come on the website, if you're seeing people talk to you about you on the website, if you're seeing your address, your storefront, your success stories, that's a testimonial to say that, hey, this is my work that I have done. So even in my physical absence, my business is being spoken about and my testimonial is being put out to the person who's searching about me. And credibility comes in from two aspects of digital, which is website and social media, because that's essentially what people search for in the current day and age. As soon as you start searching, that's the two things that you will see. But today we are going to talk on the website piece and social media piece. Probably we'll park it for another day or time in this entire Growth Amplified series. 75% of the investors check financial advisors online before contact. Money, I'm sure you guys know it much better than I know. It is a very, very sensitive piece of information or a sensitive decision that anyone makes. So before investing their money or parking their penny into anyone's hand, they'll try and do every research. If it is not a word of mouth or if it is not a referral, we'll do everything in terms of the research to get the money parked with you. So that's where they will definitely come back, check about you online, and that's what we are trying to scale over here. That if someone is coming and checking about you online, we need to ensure that we have given out the right story on the website so that whatever they see builds so much of trust, so much of credibility that they don't have to doubts about your business. You've been in the business for 50 years, 60 years, or maybe more, but if you don't have a website, it is not getting communicated and that trust is not getting built. So that's what we are going to be, be one of our primary goals in terms of why we should be creating a website. And once we are doing, what are the things that we are going to be highlighting on the website, for the company. So some search trends, what we've seen on the internet is there are a lot of searching happening around mutual fund distributor related and investor information and guideline related searches. So if there is some sort of information that you want to give in and around this piece on your website, that'll be a great way that you are coming out as an expert to your audience once they are on your website. So that's one piece. But this is more to understand that what people search for. People will come searching for you, but they will also come searching for a lot of information that you can be a channel to provide via your own website. A lot of people come searching for the best mutual funds or SIP calculators kind of features, return calculators, SIP calculators, home loan calculators, and any another engaging things like that, or an MDF and a mutual fund distributor near me. So near me is also a very, very big volume of search that is going on. People are actually starting to search the best distributor near me, the best investment house near me, etc., so that they can just go down to their office, talk, have a chat, and probably invest with them if things feel right. And understanding the trends is what they are trying to do via these searches. So understanding these trends is crucial for MDS, because if you exactly know that the user is searching for things like the best commission rates, or you as a mutual fund distributor are also searching about how to become a mutual fund distributor, if you're also as a company trying to get partners and associates under you, etc., these are the kind of things people are searching. There are some more questions that people are typically searching, that what are the top mutual fund distributors, what are the criteria to choose the best mutual fund distributors, or how can I find the best mutual fund distributor near me, how do mutual fund distributors differ in terms of service quality. These are the answers that they are going to try and find out when they come to your website. So these are the kind of things that they are going to be looking at, because this is what they are searching. We might not be able to answer each question individually, but what our website says and what our story is spoken on our website will essentially answer these sort of questions, giving them a certain confidence that yes, me or my mutual fund distribution company is the best for your choice. There are also a lot of searches that happen by names. So I'm sure SBI Mutual Fund, Motilal Oswal, ICICI Prudential are very, very, very big names. That is why they are getting searched at about 3.5 lakh times a month. Mutual funds at large as a topic is searched about 3 lakh times a month. Or ICICI mutual fund being searched at 1,65,000 times a month. But also understand the fact that while these are very, very big searches, there are also a lot of smaller searches that will continue to happen. So, mutual fund distributor near me, for example, will be a much small volume, but will be absolutely relevant. If your company name is getting searched, the answer is supposed to be coming out as your own website. The number of searches could be small, but definitely there will be searches happening around that because you are active in the industry. You've reached out to partners via your B2B or the B2C program, and anyone who's heard about you, referred about you, or had a word of mouth, the first thing that they're going to do is search and come back. So the idea is that there will be, say, 1,000 to 10,000 people at least, even at a very, very small scale of business, would have been gotten search for month on month. And that's where those searches you need to be present for, because that's your digital storefront. So types of websites are essentially broken down into four types of websites. Like I was talking about the previous slide, there is SBI mutual fund, there is Nippon, there's DSP over here, etc. As small and medium businesses, there is generally a very big fear कि ये सब करने में बहुत पैसा लगता है, they're about they can do everything. So that's where we want to categorize the kind of website and the scale of website that you can create. So first things first, there's something called as a static website. Static websites are something which are very, very fixed in design, very preset. You created a structure, you created a content, you created your imagery, etc. You put it up, and that's about it. It is a one-way communicational website that you are trying to talk about whatever you want to portray. So a small business can give information like contact details, services, locations, with no user interaction. It's just a one-way communication dashboard. But for example, if I'm coming on a website which has all the information, which has a button to open a DMAT account, which is just purely a lead form that gets filled, or something like this, where is a one-way information that I'm giving information about. So this is obviously a larger website like FI Money, but I'm just giving an example. This is a one-way communication. I'm not having a lot of interactions over here. So that is something, a static website, which you, I, and all the 400 plus people over here can easily create and have for themselves, and at absolutely low cost. I wouldn't say no cost, but absolutely low cost. And when I again say low cost is great ROI, because what you'll get out of here in terms of longevity and business is going to be extremely high compared to the money that you're going to invest in building this up. There are some dynamic websites. They are very, very fancy, like an Amazon, which is a massive store, like a Netflix or a Coursera, or for example, DSP, or for example, NJ India, where you will have a lot of transactions, features, payment gateways, automatic reminders, etc., and things like that. So those are dynamic websites. Now that is a monument that takes time to build and takes a lot of money to build. And that's what we are, then that is what becomes a benchmark for a lot of us, कि वेबसाइट बनाएंगे तो अच्छी होगी, अच्छी ही होनी चाहिए, नहीं तो नहीं बनाएंगे. But I think that is a massive, massive myth. You're always open to go for a small static website, which is a storefront for you, which is a one-way informational website. And I think that is good enough for you, because that presence is critical. In the fear, if you're not creating a presence, not creating a website, is massive notional loss of money and loss of business. And this money that I say small money, which is couple of things that I'll also come to in detail of what are the small areas of money needed to create a website, that ROI is going to be very, very high for you. Informative websites, there are a lot of blogs, newspapers, articles, etc. So that's what we've seen: Money Control, Wikipedia, Investopedia. Now these are more informative. These are more, knowledge based in nature. You will have the best articles over here. You'll have better news over here, etc. So this is one type of website. So what a lot of mutual fund houses and a lot of independent companies also tend to do is become thought leaders. After you have created a website, which is a basic website, when you want to evolve your journey and you want to put out your thought leadership in the market, is when you start taking the route of an informative website as a part of your entire website, where you, for example, put a lot of blogs, you put a lot of articles and content on the website, say 1 or 2 blogs a week, one or two articles a week on your website, that will take a lot of your time and investment in that particular manner. But that again will put you in a position that, okay, you've put 20 blogs in a span of about 10 weeks, as essentially 3 months. That's where 2 months, and that's where you will be able to show that, hey, I'm a thought leader, I have a lot of experience, and I'm able to put my thought process out. So that's how informative websites are created. And then you have a lot of transactional websites, like we also saw Amazon, etc., Uber, Zomato, where you have everything transactional, repeat purchases. So if I want to, for example, all my security, websites, my Access Security, all my Demat account websites, etc., are pure transactional websites where I can initiate a purchase, initiate a recurring purchase. And but that is something that we are not trying to achieve over here, or not achieve right now in the early stage of our website journey, because then that comes with a cost of development, cost of maintenance, everything. So what we need to ensure on our website, as a purpose and the crux of having a financial services and a website for an MDF business at large, is we should be able to reach the wider audience. Any and everyone who's trying to search for us, we should be visible to their results, to their searches. If they're trying to find some answers, we should be there. Credibility will be built by this, and trust is built with this into potential customers, because they're actually searching for you and coming and finding an answer on your website. The more we communicate, the more content we have on our website, the more that we put out on our website, is where we share our expertise, we share our investment strategies, we share our insights on the website, we share our core, our values, etc. Gives a lot more credibility, lot more communication. Putting that out over there is what people will trust upon. And what we take back from all this is lead generation. All of it that people came, saw, read, they will come back, they will definitely inquire with you, because they were there for a reason. And if their question is answered right, they will definitely inquire. They will fill in their contact details, name, mobile number, email address, and you always have that window of the 24/7 store that is open by you to go back to the people and answer their queries and effectively convert them to business. So two ways that you can make a website. One is an absolute DIY way. Do it yourself. It does not need a lot of expertise, but the ideal ways to do that would still be to get a small time developer or a freelancer in place and get that developed. And the second way to do it is a custom website. Here, it is a very, very large scale piece, involves hiring a set of larger, skilled developers. Everything is built from scratch. So you must have heard, possibly heard of names like WordPress, Wix, Swipe Pages. Someone over here on the chat had initially asked that, can we make a website on Auto Pages? Does it help? Yes, absolutely. So if you go on the website, you go on the internet, search for any tool which can create free web pages for you, or create web pages for you at a very, very small cost, is what we categorize as a DIY platform. So Odo, Swipe, WordPress, Wix, etc. are some of the good portals via which you can create your own website. Still, the recommendation would be, do not try and create it by your own. It might not be your expertise. Give it to someone who takes a small cost but does it, but ensure that it is done in a right manner, because having the right website with the right hygiene, and I will also come to what are the right hygienes that you need to ensure, is very, very critical. Custom development is a phase two of your journey in terms of the growth, so that you're able to, uh, build onto a lot of more features, have your own custom panel. आपका lead generation के लिए एक backend model रहेगा, backend sales के साथ connected रहेगा. You will be able to answer a lot of leads, automate a lot of processes. That is something that is kind of high scale, for which you need to go to a custom development. So as a starter, or as a newer person in this journey, when I say a starter, is purely from a website presence journey, go ahead with a DIY platform. The pros of it is very, very cost effective. It is easy to use, quick to set up. The con is that it has limitations. You will be able to create a website in a design and a template which is provided by the service provider, which is a WordPress or a Wix or a Swipe or an Odoo or any other similar platforms. But a custom gives you a lot of scalability, lot of functionality, absolutely customizable, highly secure, but it all comes with a lifetime cost, like recurring cost, very, very expensive and time consuming. So that's where, you start with a DIY journey, move on to a custom development journey. When you're planning your website development process, just look at three things. First is a strategic planning and foundation of what is it that you want to communicate on your website. What is the crux of creating the website? I want to make an informational website. I want to make a company website which purely helps me build my credibility on the internet. And what is it that I'm trying to achieve over there? Just have a very, very clear goal in this particular piece. Then you move to the design and development, because that will help you exactly prioritize कि आपको एक स्टोर चाहिए या एक वेबसाइट चाहिए which is purely informative about the company. Then in that case you want to go with a design which is just a banner and an about us and your achievements, etc. While if you're talking of a website where you're talking about your legacy, most important criteria that you want to show your legacy, then your design and your development, or rather your design will be in a manner that legacy will lead the entire web page. First thing that you come on the page and you will see, say, 50 years plus of business, 500 plus successful clients, etc. So once you've strategically planned, and the foundation also means the platform that you want to use, the kind of cost that you want to invest, come to the design bit, because that will answer a lot of your questions. If I want my website to be lead generating and I want a lot of business to come in from that, then your design will have a lot more forms, call numbers, WhatsApp integrations, etc. Then go ahead, launch it, market it if you feel like. Building a website is not as difficult. Marketing it is difficult, is expensive when I say difficult, but launching is not very difficult. Marketing is something that you go to next. You've done a dipstick of, say, 3 months, 6 months to see how the website responds, what are the kind of people coming on the website. Then you decide to start marketing, is when you start putting the money, and then continuous improvement can go on, because then you have something called analytics, will give you everything in terms of the learning of what your website user looks like. Where are they? Where do they come from? What is their age group? What is their gender? Which pages do they spend their time on, etc. That is the third phase of the journey, where you will be able to continuously monitor every information that you have from your user. So establishing your online presence starts with a prima facie is choosing your domain name. Now, domain name means www.wikipedia.com, www.facebook.com. That's where you choose a domain name which is absolutely memorable and relevant to your brand. You want something which is as short as possible, as close to your business name as possible, and as relevant to your business name as possible, without a private limited, etc. Now, yes, there are a lot of cases that you will have your business name which might not be available as a domain. So that's something that I will also come to, that how do you look at alternates, on how do you look at something which is available for yourself. Create engaging content that educates and informs potential customers. You need to educate people. If people find value on your website, Google will also start to feel that your website is good. It will also start showing your website to a lot of people who are seeking for a lot of more answers except your company name searches. So if you're able to put out your expertise, your trust is getting built in the customer's eye as well as Google's eye, and that's where you're able to grow. When you move into the promotional journey, that is paid and non-paid, two questions of it. When it is about the non-paid journey, at least push out your website links on your social media, on your email marketing, on your WhatsApp communities and groups that you've sent out, so that more and more people know that your website is there. They can pass it on to as many people as possible, so that anyone who wishes to inquire about you or reach out to you can do it via your website. So that's where, using your website and promoting it to all the organic formats via, say, social media, emails, and other channels is something that you should be doing. And monitor website analytics. So there is something called as Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a free, lifetime free tool provided by Google. You just need to go to analytics.google.com. You will be able to create your own website analytics, link that Google Analytics to your website, and it will exactly show you who your customer is, what time he or she came to your website, which city did they come from, which page did they browse, how much time did they spend on your website, everything. And you will be exactly able to understand that who your customer is and what is it that they're going to be looking for. Few basic website requirements, like I just already mentioned, that what you need for sure is the domain name. So domain name is something that you can quickly buy from very renowned service providers. I will also show you it is as easy as 4 clicks, 5 clicks to buy a domain name. Server is a space on the internet jahan pe your website will be hosted. Now, it is as similar as saying that you've bought land and you build a house on that. Similarly, server is that space on the internet that you're buying. A domain is the address of your home, and your home is your website which you're building or hosting onto your server. So that's what you're going to buy, is a bit of space on the internet, which is a server. Domain name is the address that you have for your internet house, and you put it up on the server. A backend developer, again, I strongly insist that you go to a backend developer, while a custom or DIY website is as easy to build by yourself and it does not take much to build it yourself. But still, go to a developer who can give you the best advice, do it right for you. Your time is much more important towards business. So I think that time should be focused over there. Let your developer do it. He'll do a good job for you for sure. And then there is a content management system. I will also come to the content management system. Content management system, basically CMS, is what is there at the back end. So all the website DIY tools that I said, Odo, Swipe, WordPress or Wix, and I will show you a live example of WordPress as well. That if you're there on a WordPress, you can just go to the back end, which is typically called the content management system or the admin panel of WordPress. Any content that you update over there is as easy as changing a text there and it reflecting onto your website. So it's as easy as that for you to maintain the website as well. And web developers, again, here this is needed if you want to kind of scale it up further. Like I previously said, WordPress, etc. are not very customizable. But yes, if you have a if you have a web developer who comes in into this particular journey, they'll be able to customize this a bit more and make it a more design friendly version for you, which is over and above which something that is already available. And trust me for the fact that what is already available on these WordPress templates or the Wix templates are some things that look very, very good and neat. So you might necessarily not too soon need to come to a to the need to go to a web developer so soon in terms of enhancements. Basics, for sure, you should go to them. So one place where you can buy a domain is GoDaddy. Another is website WordPress itself. So to give you a very, very quick way on how do you buy a domain on WordPress is just about going to www.godaddy.com. Just quickly go over here. You just go here, up sign in karo, sign in using your Google account. It takes just one click. I'm signing it with Facebook. I'm not able to sign with Google, but I sign in with Facebook. I have come over here. What I want to do is look for a domain for myself. So my business is say webofinvestment.com. So I'm just going to go to webofinvestment.com and I'm going to search. अब मैंने मेरा कंपनी का नाम था वेब ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट, मैंने सर्च किया. It will clearly come and show me webofinvestment.com is available. Don't fall trap to the rupee one. We'll see how it changes. But the idea is I am able to buy webofinvestment.com. So it is relevant, it is short, and it is something that is memorable. So what I do is I buy investment.com, but it is also giving me a suggestion that you buy webofinvestment.in, so that any company with a similar name should not be in a position to buy my domain name and sabotage my business. So what I do is buy a webofinvestment.in. Similarly, if you think that a .net or a .org is something that you want to buy, go ahead, or else leave it. Now today, if I also then say, you know, I'm obviously not going to get this, no? So DSP mutual fund, if I'm trying to buy this domain, I'm getting Yeah. So dspmutualfunds.com is taken. So I am not going to be able to buy this domain. तो वो क्या करेगा, आपको एक alternate भी दिखा देगा, dspmutualfund.in. So if your company name is similar to any other company name which already has a website, just go ahead and buy the alternate suggestion that they are providing you. So once I've taken those two domains, I added those to the cart, which was weberinvestments.com and weberinvestments.in. I did a .co.in as well. So I've added these to the cart. जो भी 1 रुपया दिखाया था वो कुछ भी 1 रुपए में आता नहीं है. So it's just a catch, it's just a trap. But as soon as you put this onto your cart, you will be able to see this. गुड प्रैक्टिस इज आप इसको 3 साल के लिए बाय करो या 5 साल के लिए बाय करो या 10 साल के लिए, बट आई वुड स्ट्रांगली रेकमेंड एटलीस्ट बाय इट फॉर 3 इयर्स बिकॉज इट फ्रीज यू फ्रॉम द पेन कि मेरे को हर साल उसको रिन्यू करते जाना है. सो यू आर नॉट इन द नीड टू डू दैट. सडनली आपकी वेबसाइट बंद नहीं पड़ेगी एट सम डे. यू बाय ऑल दीज. Total of this, I bought 4. It still is a cost of about 8,400 for me for a period of 3 years, which I think is a very, very small cost. It is a cost worthy of having. That's how you just buy a domain and ask your developer to put your website up on a domain that you're purchasing. Similarly, if I've gone to a WordPress website, then what do? Is I go to the WordPress dashboard. Now, here I wanted to show you how content management is as easy. So I have a website called Compare Laminates. It's just a placeholder website that I'm showing you. If I want to go, I go to pages. I want to update my content. I just go, my homepage is what I want to edit. I just go click on edit. My content over here for the homepage is right here. And I just want to make a change. Find the best laminates in India. को मेरे को करना है. Find the best laminate in South India. All I need to do is save. My content over here on the page for South India would have changed. Just give me 1 second, sorry. और वो मैं यहाँ से भी देख सकता हूँ सीधा. What I see over here in terms of the page preview. Here, laminate in South India. मेरा ये content change हो गया. So all I had to do is just one click. I made it South India. I saved it. I just come back. I want to make this India. I save it. यहाँ से मैं view page करता हूँ, preview देखता हूँ. Here, it is done. So creating your website from this WordPress template, just upload images, content, and your job is easily done. And changing that is also very, very easy. So the idea is it is not cost, it is not tedious, it is not expensive. थोड़े पैसे में आपको domain, website सब मिल जाएगा. One best practice that you need to note is please keep all the passwords and ownership of the domain and the WordPress panel or any other panel with you. We've come across a lot of cases where the user says, मेरा पासवर्ड मेरे डेवलपर के पास चला गया, मेरे को पता नहीं, मेरे फ्रीलांसर मेरे को एक्सेस नहीं दे रहा है, and things like that. So that in that case, it's not a very good idea to do that. Not a very good idea to do that. So आपका आपके पास रखो so that you always have your access with you. You are not dependent on anyone. Give access to the people you trust who you want to get your changes done from. But at every point, keep this access ownership with you. If you think you've done an engagement with a particular partner, go ahead and change the passwords and keep the security also in place with you. So that's one best practice that you definitely should note, because that's where a lot of people also feel conned, feel slightly cheated, because their websites are created and they are not able to get their accesses back, and their websites are taken by someone who they could not reconnect to. So in terms of the investment, what are the cost factors, or what are the factors that come into the picture? One is the DIY option, the initial setup. WordPress पे जाके एक template खरीदना है, एक domain खरीदना है, that is a cost. One custom development का cost, so that's a developer that you need. Custom design and branding का cost, if you're adding up to that, or at least a basic WordPress website or a WordPress template that you're using. Recurring cost, what you need to know about is your hosting charges, domain charges, updates. So like I said, domain आपने 3 साल के लिए buy कर लिया, comes with your server space and your SSL certificate. If you bought all of this together for 3 years, that's something that is taken care of for about say 10,000 rupees in the case that we saw. वो recurring charges आपको लगते रहेंगे, or WordPress might charge you say about 1,000 2,000 rupees per year. Whatever that is, those are the kind of recurring costs that you need to pay. आप आपका कार्ड वहां पे लगा दो, and they will get auto debited, so you will have that for yourself year on year. So no recurring cost apart from this essentially, so that's why it's not very very expensive. But hidden cost of negligence will come when you don't have your passwords with you, when you don't have your logins with you. That is where it actually becomes the most painful कि ये सब खर्चा किया, पूरी वेबसाइट बनाई, and because you did not have the developer uh, details or your login panels etc with you, is why you are not able to retrieve it, and then you are back to the journey of recreating everything. Or वहां पे people feel demotivated कि I don't want to do this because this is not meant for me. So I feel cheated or this is not for me, is why they stop getting into this arrangement again and again. That's why they start feeling that probably this is expensive and this is not for me. So what makes a powerful financial service website? A professional design, something that we spoke about. It has to be very very easy to navigate. I do not have to be in a position or a problem where I need to find a particular feature, or I need to find something about you, or about mobile responsiveness. That every website 95 to 97% times of 97% times is viewed on the mobile. So you have to have a website which is mobile responsive. So in that case, if you're using something like an Odo, Swipe, or a Wix, you don't have to worry about that. You can, that is obviously taken care of by the development template itself. So that's something that you are you're easily able to take care of. So that's something that is a clear information, no jargons. Obviously financial services has its own jargons that you need to put out, that's fine, but keep the company information at least as clear and transparent that you can. So that's where you have clear information and concise information about your own services and your approach that is going out to the clients, and some engaging content which can keep the people on the website. So good mix of images, text, videos, infographics, etc. should definitely be there on the website so that people don't find it monotonous and people stick on the website for longer. So there are 3 layers of must-haves on the website. So we're going to talk about a P0, 100% must-have. Then we'll go to a P1, which is additional set of features. Then a P2, which is bonus set of features. About us, extremely important. Very, very good detailed introduction about yourself should be there on the About Us page. Every template that you purchase will 100% have an About Us because this is a mandate. So an About Us is something that you need to have on your website. Here, talk about your team's expertise and experience. Uh, in fact, you should go ahead and show the images of your team members or your office, etc., whatever you're comfortable with, but as much transparency you're able to drive over there in the About Us, you should definitely go ahead and do that. Services, list down the set of services in the website clearly so that you're able to show what all do you do, what all is it that the user can touch base with you or connect with you on. So either it is investment planning, financial service planning, is it purely just SIP, or it is fund management at different levels. Whatever it is, you need to put out your services there, and as many as possible, as crystal clear in words as possible, so that people know what are you into. Like I was saying, team, do show the face of your team members, at least the leadership, at least say the founder images if you're a family run business or a smaller business of that sort. Do show the team and the family images, etc. Contact us. Definite have your address, mobile number, if possible a WhatsApp number over there. If you have any sort of a helpline service for yourself, that is something that you should put up over here. But a user should not be in a situation to not be able to find your contact details. So that is something that you should definitely have. In the about section, we would also recommend that if you have some awards, if you have some recognitions, do post it over there, because that also adds up to your credibility and your your purview to the customer. So that's something that you should add upon for sure. Priority one, have a portfolio. If you've got an entire portfolio, show the growth, show the charts, sorry, show the growth, show the charts, show the growth, show the net returns that you've got for your customers. Try and show the portfolio, which we also call as case study in our businesses. Success stories is about you as well as your customer, that you've been able to serve XYZ number of customer or houses. So the entire success stories which talk about what have you been able to derive for yourself and your business, and for your customers as well as their own success story. So put out as much as success of the work that you can, and an FAQ section. So previously when I was showing a lot of searches, those searches generally land up to the FAQ, which is a frequently asked question section. So all the frequently asked questions, when they are kind of Google search, if you also have a lot of FAQs on your website, that will help a user directly get an answer of that particular question from your website. So you will be the provider of that information on Google, so that Google question gets taken care of. And another level of evolved features, then you go on to converting it to an app, which is which is an expensive affair. Then you have a lot of blogs, because that is time consuming, thought leadership, and a lot of your team's effort, etc., will go there. You'll need a much larger team, much larger set of people to do this. And then also further evolved is a WhatsApp chatbot. So now, beyond the case and beyond the journey of having interactions on the website, you want to take people onto the WhatsApp bot, which can talk. So this is an automated bot, and they will talk to you in this particular on this bot. But as a P0, we do insist that you have your WhatsApp number on the website for sure. That WhatsApp number will get a message. You will reply to that manually. The good and the bad is that you might get messages at some random hours of the day, night, or weekdays or weekends. See, it is up to you at when you want to respond. But ideally, it is great to respond back as soon as possible. But do have a WhatsApp number, because that again brings a lot of trust and credibility and transparency to the customer. So if we quickly have to see a couple of websites which I think are really well done, and this is a very personal opinion that we'll be sharing. So let's say, for example, we've come to MMW's financial services website. What you clear information that you see is the number, the timing, open an account, which is a clear call to action. Then you've got services over here. You've got wires over here, where you've clearly got success. It is giving me so much of trust that immediately is getting built. Our clients is again testimonials that they're putting out. So something which is very clear, crisp, transparent, and neat. Etika Wealth, for example, if someone is coming and searching about a business, what I find good about this here is a AMFI registered mutual fund distributor. उसने upfront यहाँ पे ये बता दिया है, I'm an AMFI registered mutual fund distributor. Clearly building up that trust, saying that okay, this is a registered broker, so I should go ahead and contact this person. Happiness factor, what they've done is they've given their goal in the website ka title itself, that they are a goal based investment. So what they stand for, or the way they operate, they've clearly showed it out here itself, that we are a goal based investment platform. 361, again, asset and wealth management in India. So they are trying to show the scale of in India as what they're trying to achieve over here. And what you should not do is also something like this. A KNS money, their Google answer, which I will also come to later, that another best practice that you should have, it shows permanently closed. Then in that case, if the fact is that it is permanently closed, okay, but ensure that your Google My Business listing is always healthy, so that this will give a mental barrier at a very big level, that my website exists, but my Google My Business does not exist. So it is not right for my business to be in a situation like this. So what I just showed you is exactly how the user finds you. The user will come to Google search, type a search or a query, essentially a brand name or a service. They will see the first three spots. Like we saw the first three spots people have given out. And what we saw was over here, the clear positioning, the goal, or the AMFI registered, etc. So they're clearly calling that out. So user is able to see the first three spots on their mobile screen most often. That is what brings us to the component, a very basic component of SEO that you need to take care of. Search engine optimization, which is updating the content on your website in a manner and which is basically the back end of your website. What you see on the website on your home about us page is what you call as the front end, is what the customer sees. This is what Google reads. This is not what is visible from your website to a particular customer. This is only visible on Google listing or results. So this is called, this is what comes under the purview of SEO. But again, it is extremely simple. On your WordPress panel, there is an option to update titles, tags, and descriptions. You just need to go and write the right things over there, and your results will be taken care of. And post that, once you've done this journey and you wish to go to a larger scale of business, and when you want to start investing, you go with search ads. And search ads come as sponsored at the top over here. You've seen an ad at the top over here when you've done any particular search. That's when you will be visible for a lot of other set of keywords, where a user will search, see your website as a result, click and inquire with you for business. So when I'm talking about SEO, keyword research, just look at what people search for you for. And like I said, Google Analytics also has a feature to tell you what the user searched about on your website and outside your website. On-page optimization was basically all the content that I spoke about, this title tags, descriptions, the information that you want to have on your website. Sorry, place this on your template that goes under on-page optimization. Off-page optimization is basically telling others that, hey, write something about my website because my website is really good and my business is really successful. So any third party event writes about me, that what comes under the backlinking and the off-page optimization piece. And lastly is analysis and monitoring. So what I'm insisting over here is, don't worry about off-page optimization at this point in time. Just take care of your on-page content so that anyone who searches and probably sees 2 to 3 answers of you, yourself, your competitors, etc., so that you should get the right click because you've given something which is very, very transparent. Like again, we saw either it is goal based or either it is Amphi registered. Have the right callouts over there so that they can click on your results compared to the 3 other results that they are seeing on that particular search result page. And like I had mentioned, Google My Business. When you search for a business, what you see at the right is a Google My Business. What is not coming over here, what we saw for the Delhi-based company was closed. Similarly, just it's a good idea to have a very, very healthy Google My Business, have the website over here. So for this also, you just need to go to Google, just Google My Business. It will take you to a page which is called Google My Business. You create a business over there, put your company name, put your images, put your website, mobile number, your location, your address, etc. It gets taken care of. All the information over here, when a user searches what they see, so they are easily able to click on this call you directly, drive direction, come down to your office or see your website. So these are also things that give you a competitive edge over your competitors when a particular search is happening. And you also need to ensure that you're maintaining and updating your website. So if you've called out on your about us, for example, 50 plus successful clients, please ensure that every 3 months, or if not monthly, go ahead and update that. If your team members have changed, if your leadership images need to change, please go ahead and update that. If your mobile number has changed, please go ahead and update that, because having any old number, old information over there which is not contactable is not a great place to be. Ensure that your website is secure enough. So always have a security check done on your website. That's again why I said a developer is important. Just ensure that your website is always secure. There's something called as an SSL certificate. Again, it's literally a 400-500 rupee product which needs to be purchased along with your domain. Purchase that, make your website secure, ensure that it is clear of every possible threat. And analytics, like I said, Google Analytics, always go back. Google Analytics also has an app, so put it on your mobile phone and you will be able to see your website's customers journey on your mobile app at any point in time. So just ensure that if you know that a lot of people are going to your about us page, for a fact that they are interested in that, that's where you want to have the better content. or you have people going to the contact us page, which you know for sure they're coming to you for business. So have the right information over there. That's how, and you then keep updating features. Probably you did not have the WhatsApp button. Next time you want to go and you're seeing that a lot of people are coming on my contact us page, go ahead, add a button for WhatsApp so that they can just click and chat with you. A lot of other things that you can keep optimizing, have a lead form over there, have an inquiry form over there. So those are the things that you can keep doing once you've started with your basics and you've come ahead on a journey where you're able to analyze your customers' analytics on the website. So that was largely about it, that your website is not an expense, not literally an expense, but not even expensive to have. So please invest into this, because this is, in this particular digital era, the only and the first touch point that a person will 100% research, reach out to you, and that's where they will take their first leg of informed decision when it comes to working with a partner in a particular manner. I hope this has been interesting enough to, add value, put away from your any sort of a mental barrier, fear that website is difficult, website is expensive, or website is, not meant for me. Website is meant for everyone. It is essential for everyone. And what goes behind in terms of the cost is something that is absolutely small. So that is an investment. You will get a lot of returns, business inquiries, and I'm sure, and I understand this right, that one good customer and one good high value SIP customer, or a customer of that leg, I'm sure will give you your charges in less than a year's time. So please go ahead and invest in this, because this is an investment that will definitely give you the return.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.